Here we go, we're on in game number 5 in this best of 5 series. This has come down to the wire. We've got our 2 players here. Let me go ahead and introduce them on the bottom left side of the map. It's going to be our red Zerg player, Quantix Hyun. And cross positions here on Star Station. It's going to be our blue Terran player, Liquid Taeja. So this has been a back and then forth game. Hyun starting off with a 2-0 lead. Taeja making the comeback, setting himself up for a reverse kill with a 0-2 coming back to a 2-2. Now, both players have the option to win this game, obviously. Otherwise, it wouldn't be that much of a game. It's like, oh, sorry, Taeja, you have no option of winning this. You can play, but Hyun just wins no matter what. That would be a very, very terrible game. And I don't understand why he would want to play that anyway. That wouldn't make any sense. Okay, so wall off going up at the front for Taeja. We'll see if he's going to go for a CC first or if he is going to throw down a barrack. So it's already looking like it's going to be a CC first. He would have already had that SCV out there. So CC first on the high ground for Taeja. And Hyun is going to go for the hatchery at the low ground at the natural. So today is Thursday. This coming weekend, we've got DreamHack Bucharest. I don't know how you say that. But I'm actually going to be commentating that on Saturday on the MLG stream from, it's like noon or 1 o'clock Central Standard Time to 4 or 5 o'clock Central Standard Time. I'm not quite sure, but about the afternoon, essentially the whole afternoon after lunch. Eat some lunch, tune in to the MLG stream. We'll be casting some DreamHack Bucharest. There's going to be a lot of matches coming up, and if you want to listen to me cast for 4 or 5 hours with some other people on the MLG streams, tune into that. I'll post on my Twitter whenever we go live, or maybe a little bit before we go live about that. So if you want to keep updated on stuff like that and my videos and whatnot, you can follow me on Twitter. It's just Ian Chiquino, same thing as far as everything else. Find me Ian Chiquino everywhere. It's all. No one has that name, luckily. So if there's an Ian Chiquino out there, it's probably me. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Going to be casting a lot of StarCraft this weekend, and Bucharest is going to be fun. I haven't commentated a DreamHack event live yet, so that's going to be a first for me. So that should be pretty fun and entertaining. Hopefully it'll be good for you guys as well. So no gas yet for Hyun. Just going with the Zerglings, the Queens coming out here, and will probably be a quick third for him. We'll see what he goes with. Both command centers are done. Orbital's on the way. Hyun now scouts us out, sees what's going on, sees the command center on the high ground. You know, after seeing that, he's got to feel pretty confident about taking a third base here pretty quickly. Overlord's scouting to the right, and where is this guy going to eventually go to? Okay, he's going to chill out over here. That'll be a good position later on in the game to go in for a suicide. And this will be a good Overlord over here to keep poking around the front to see what's going on. Queen's popping out now for Hyun. He can start spreading those creep tumors. And a drone is heading out. Is a drone heading out yet? No. Zergling running around scouting the map. Another Zergling going up at this top Zelnaga tower. And the other one probably heading over here. Yep, there he is. 2 good Zelnaga towers to have. Keep an eye on where your opponent's going to be maybe sneaking out or something like that. So, fully saturated here. Or we'll actually say cost-effectively saturated here at the main. And I'm just waiting for this. I guess maybe he's going to saturate this up before he starts to take his third. We'll see. Already starting to get that creep out and going. More queens coming out, so he's up to 4 queens now. He's going to easily be able to start spreading this creep across the map very quickly now. Over here, Taeja has got his partial wall up, already starting some more barracks here on the low ground. An interesting position for those barracks on the low ground there. That's got me wondering here. Why would you do that? Alright guys, I have to think about this here for a sec. Because normally, you know, every other Terran player just builds it in their main because they have got so much room in their main. The only thing I can think about this is he's maybe worried about Hyun going for some type of big bust. And he's going to use those barracks as sort of a wall that he can fall back to and maybe funnel in those banelings or any type of Zerglings, roaches that try to swarm in there. Excuse me. Something in my throat, but that's the only thing I can really think of, and that would actually be pretty useful SimCity in that situation. So we'll see if that comes into play here. I just thought that was really weird to see those two barracks here on the low ground. He's making a reactor on one and a reactor on the other. Stim coming out here. Hellions now to the map are easily going to be able to control the map there, take out those Zerglings. And this Marine over here on the right on patrol, keeping these pesky, sneaky overlords out, trying to creep in there, take a look around whenever Taeja's not looking. So we got 4 Hellions out of the map now, pushing forward across the middle. But look at this, Hyun already has so many creep tumors out. There's not much he can do here. The third base is up, but I don't think we even have a scout yet from Taeja on that third base. But yeah, it's over there. He hasn't seen it yet, but it's probably pretty safe to assume that it's over there. He's got the Zelnagatara vision down here, so he knows it's not here. And after seeing that Hyun scouted out his high ground command center, he's got to feel pretty confident there's a third base over there. So we'll see where he goes with these Hellions. He manages to get 1 creep tumor, doesn't get the second one. That sucker's just going to sit over there and burn. And yeah, he's even blocking off this back carry too with the SCV's a supply depot. So, interesting. Anyways, Hellions now, 6 of them out here in the middle of the map. It's pretty good number. And this guy's going to try and make a run for it. He's heading in there, and he's not going to see those 2 extra barracks. So, I mean, it works in that respect. It kind of denies a little bit of scouting. It's like in the back here in the middle of your base, so it denies a lot of scouting. They don't see, you know, he almost is like 100% sure there's 2 more barracks, but he doesn't know if there's tech labs on there or if there's reactors. And that's a pretty big difference. If you see, you know, an extra tech lab there, you might be expecting another one of those big marauder pushes like we saw in game number 3, 4, I don't know. I lost track of this. But he's denied a little bit of information from that. 3rd command center going up for Taeja here. He's feeling pretty confident. He's pushing over here to the 4th base now of Hyun. This will probably get canceled. I'm not sure. The stim is done. Combat shield is not done yet, though. The medevacs are here. Yeah, this should easily get taken out. And Hyun's going to lose all of those roaches here at the cost of just going to have to cancel that hatchery. So he's bought himself a little bit of time. The hatchery will fall. He actually doesn't get the cancel off. That was a pretty big mistake so far here from Hyun. Definitely should have just canceled that and just bought himself a little bit more time, but sacrificing those roaches and that hatchery. And now Taeja's just walking straight on in here. The banelings are close to being done. The medevacs are out. Stim is finished. Now it's going to allow him to kite a lot better, or just pick him up. Now he's going to pick him on up and fly straight on into the main there. Queens are working on those medevacs as much as possible. Those guys will drop over here. Maybe pick off this overlord before they're forced to get on out of town. Zergling's running, get his nice, slowly getting in those banelings. That was too funny. Those banelings on the low ground are like, man, I wish we were the banelings from the campaign that could just jump up the cliffs, and then that would have just ended the game right there. Oh, poor banelings. But Taeja also getting a queen there with that drop along with that overlord. So pretty good drop there from Taeja. Just that push, taking out the hatch, taking out all those roaches. Doesn't get to cancel, kills the queen, kills a lot of zerglings, kills an overlord. Pretty cost-effective trade there. And Widowmine taking its own life, taking out a couple banelings. Check the loss tally while we're at 2,300 versus about 2,000. So Taeja's well ahead in the lead there. Command center for Taeja's moving on to the 3rd. 2 more barracks being built for Taeja to keep that production up. And now a couple of siege tanks being built here. You know, this is a really good map to go siege tanks on. Just to go maybe 2 or 3 because their high ground here you can protect the front of your base and you can protect your 3rd with just like a couple tanks right here, maybe 1 down here on the low ground if you feel like it. And you can just protect everything here. It makes siege tanks so valuable to get in this map just as base defense. Other maps, not really as effective to get those siege tanks there, but this map, it's almost too good to have those, and it makes sense just to get even 1 or 2 of those guys up there. So the run by from the Zerglings are making the way over here to the 3rd, but the siege tanks are in position. He's going to stem a couple Marines over there, and will he even accomplish anything? The siege tanks do more damage there than the Zerglings do, but he doesn't manage to lose anything. The attack over here takes out the hatchery and quickly sneaks on out of there before Hyun can show up to make him pay for that. And now the medevac's just hilariously flying over the army there going, man, if you could only shoot up, we would be in such trouble right now. Taeja continuing the Sim City over here, building a lot of supply depots, keeping that wall off. He's got a bunker up there in position. Has a siege tank here on the low ground like I was talking about, and putting a couple more bunkers out here in the front for some defense. Really wanting to fortify this place up. He wants to keep this 3rd base alive, and he wants to keep the ability to go on in here to the late game. I saw an engineering bay being built earlier over there, but I guess okay, there these guys are. Engineering bay on the way, 2-2 coming up here for our Terran player Taeja. While Hyun has got his macro hatch here, he's got a couple of base defenses going up, some spore crawlers being produced, a macro hatch there in his main. Taeja keeping those Zalnaga Tower is clear as much as possible, but he still has yet to clear out this one over on the far right side of the map. Hyun has got a pretty large army, it looks like. Here, let's check the army supply. 86 versus 98, so yeah, he's got a little bit of army lead here. He's got the +2 armor for his units on the way, and I don't think he's got the Zergling attack upgrade. Actually, yeah, he's already got the 2 attack upgrades there. So he will be 2-2 before Taeja gets 2-2, but not very much sooner there. Spore Crawler, well-placed Spore Crawler, takes out that medevac and then just like scoots away. He's like, alright, this is a bad location. Let's just get on out of here. And the Zerglings move in to deal with that. But then we have an attack down near the bottom. Taeja looking to take out this base for a 3rd time, but quickly met with strong defense from Hyun. Going to keep this base alive this time. And a quick pickup and a boost onto there. That medevac will make its way home. And look at this fortification here from Taeja is ridiculous. Give this guy an erector set. He's going to build some amazing things with that stuff. Another factory being finished now. He's going to throw a reactor on there. Actually, another tech lab. Interesting. And probably produce a couple more Widow Mines. Another drop moving over here. A drop on the right. Takes out a Queen. And moves in 3 Marines with the goal of taking out everything down here. Those guys will get cleaned up, no problem. But now we have the big assault here from Hyun. He's got to go through all these bunkers, all the siege tanks, 4 of them actually up there. The Banelings moving in, but they're so clumped up. Will he target them? The Banelings just take out the siege tanks. 2 siege tanks still there on the high ground. And they have essentially cleared out every fortification that Taeja had and takes out a whole bunch of SCVs. Manages, is he going to get this command center too? Is he going to get the cancel? Who's going to kill it? Who's going to cancel it? Nope. Goes for a kill, man. So, at the same time, the attack over here takes out this base. The base down here gets taken out. Those 3 Marines, or actually the base is fine, but the Marines get dealt with. And Taeja, I think, has a pretty good trade there. He managed to keep his base alive while taking out Hyun's, one of his most profitable mining bases at this point. So the trade there worked well in Taeja's favor, and you can look at the huge income there for Hyun. He's lost a lot of macro due to losing the Queens and losing that base, but he's got another huge amount of Zerglings right now on the map. So check, he's got actually 63 Zerglings out on the map still. So quickly going to rebuild this base. The natural is slowly mining out. The main is almost essentially mined out here. Infestation pit just now going down. So it's going to be a while until we can get at the hive. 3-3 on the way for a Terran push. So both players at 2-2. Taeja looking to push forward here. He's got a lot of medevacs looking to dance, and Hyun is looking to dance as well. He's got a big surround on all those Zerglings, but Taeja quickly going to pick up. He has got more than enough medevacs. Everybody's got their own seat on that medevac terrain, that medevac plane. I don't know. Those are jets actually, I think, because they have got jet engines on there. So a couple Marines chilling out over here, looking to push down into the 4th base once again, and maybe kill a creep tomb. But those guys met with a wall of death. Those guys are completely toast. And now Taeja going to go finally clear out this Zalnaga Tower on the right side of the map, and he's even going to have to deal with the burrowed Zergling at his 4th base, slowly pushing his way forward. But the fortifications over here for Taeja have completely been wiped out. The siege tanks are even coming down to the low ground. He's, I guess, really feeling he can put on some pressure and not worried about a counterattack from Hyun. And it's going to be up to Hyun. What is he going to do here? Is he going to go for a counterattack, or is he going to try and just slam this army shut? And the siege tanks are sieged up. Yeah, there's a lot of Marines, a lot of Marauders. 2-2 is still done, not 3-3 just yet, but he's got +1 on those siege tanks, which is going to be nice as well. A lot of Banelings coming out here. And this is actually the first game we've seen Taeja go in this whole series, just go a lot of siege tanks and not go Widow Mines. He got the 1 Widow Mine early, but we're just seeing like old school Terran play here. Marines, Marauders, Medevac, and siege tanks. But here we go. Old school Hyun making his way across the map. The siege tanks are going to try and take out the Banelings. Will they get the Banelings? Are they going to get the Banelings? They do not get the Banelings. And Taeja's forced retreat there. He's just got so many medevacs. He's just got a fleet of medevacs. Siege tank sieging up. He's got 4 of those guys up there. Command Center hasn't yet been able to land. He's got that pesky little Zergling there. The drop is making its way over to the 3rd base of Hyun. So Taeja definitely has that 4th base on lockdown with all those siege tanks. Hyun's forced to fall back. The drop over here has been scattered, of course, by the creep timbers. Zerglings will easily force this to be picked up, and he's going to have to fall back. So Ultralisk Cavern on the way. He's going to use those Ultralisks to deal with those siege tanks and Marines. And now the drop is going on into the main here. He's got so many Queens and enough units to deal with this, but at the same time he's going to allow him to give himself a little diversion while he pushes over here to the 4th base. Siege tank's getting in a good position there on the high ground. Just going to pull a couple units forward to pick on this base. and then pull the guys back straight into the main force. Now, Hyun maybe wasn't aware of all the siege tanks up here, but all these Marines are taking a lot of damage to those banelings. The siege tanks are tearing up these roaches so bad. There's so many Marines and Marauders here left over and more than enough medevacs. That's too much for Hyun to deal with, and Hyun's forced to retreat there after biting off more than he could chew in that attack, and now this base is looking like it's going to fall to Taeja. Base does go down. Hyun making another base down here. Hasn't yet been scouted out by Taeja. A lot of drones managed to sneak on out of there, which works in their favor. Push here in the middle. Siege tanks easily going to be able to pick off by these. Oh, no, never mind. Quick pick up there. And the one Marine there stopped that tank from getting picked up. I can just imagine the siege tank. It's like, there's not enough room for me. They're like, sorry, guy, we got a Marine in here. We would have let you come in, but we had one Marine here. Just too much room. We couldn't squeeze you in there. Oh, God. Poor siege tank. Anyways, Taeja now pushing across the map, clearing out all the creepers as he goes. Hyun feeling it's too much. Taeja's going to take the series 3-2 and a nice turnaround here. And it's really refreshing to see Taeja go with the siege tanks this game and just slow push his way across the map. Really, you know, nice and diligent, taking that third base nice and slow, pushing him, taking the fourth base, and then working his way across the map. He was definitely expecting Hyun to come in for a huge attack. He had all those bunkers up, all those siege tanks, and between that attack that really wasn't too cost effective for Hyun and the attack at his fourth base where he wasn't expecting all those siege tanks and that huge bioforce that kind of ended the game for him, those two fights really went in Taeja's favor. And on top of that, the first attack I was just talking about, Taeja managed to take out one of Hyun's third bases, or actually his only third base. I guess he can't have more than one third base. But he took out that base that was allowing him to get a bunch of economy there. So Taeja with a nice turn on the series takes it 3-2 in a well-fought game. Congrats to Taeja this series. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Remember, check me out on the MLG stream this coming Saturday during DreamHack Bucharest. That's it for me, guys. I'll see you next time.